Okay, start recording. And so here is our code. So we created the two services in our services folder, right? In app, in source app, and in the service folder we have a user service client .ts and website.service.client. So basically what we did yesterday is we copied the basic layout of the user website, user service, and we have an array of websites inside it. Right? We have different websites. Each item inside this array is a website. This is a website with the name is Facebook. This is a website with the name is Twitter, and it has a ID, which is basically a random number, and we have a name, developer ID. The developer ID basically refers to user ID, telling you who created this website. And we have a description here. Like when user trying to create a website in the website new page, they will enter the name and the description for us, right? And we will generate a unique ID for this website. And also we will record the developer ID, which refers to the user ID who created this website. Okay, so here is the create website function. It's basically will generate a random website ID, and also it will get the developer ID by, like, when we use the call function, we'll give it a user ID. This will be the developer ID. And also we are going to push this website into our websites list, and then we'll return a single website. Okay, this is basically how the assignment is described in Assignment 3. It basically asks you to let me look for that. It's right here. Ask you to add this website parameter instance. Choose the local websites array, and the new website developer ID is set to the user ID parameter. Okay. So basically, this is what we did in this function, and this function will be called when user trying to create a new website. And this one is find websites by user. It's basically going to retrieve the websites in local website array whose developer ID matches the parameter user ID. When we call the function, we will have a parameter. It's called a user ID, and then we will check when the website developer ID is equal to this user ID. We want to return it. So finally we will return an array of websites with a given user ID, right? If I try to ask for all the websites with the developer ID equal to 456, it will give me the three websites here. The three websites here. The three websites are having the developer ID equal to 456. And if I try to get all websites with developer ID equal to 123, it will give me this right here. So it's basically, in this one, we're trying to loop through the whole array of websites, and looking for the website's ID is equal to the website ID. If so, we just sorry, it's not that one, it's this one. If so, we push that to the empty array, to the out result. And after we push all of them, after we loop through the whole array, we just return this result. Right? We did like many similar functions in Assignment 2. Just trying to create a place to store our answer, and then we loop through the whole array and looking for the one we want and push it to the empty array, and then finally return the place we store it, return the result array. And next function is called find website by ID. It's basically retrieve the website with a given website ID, with a given unique ID there. So this one will be so easy. Like we just loop through the whole array and looking for the one with a given website ID. Right? We're looking for the one list of websites. The ID is equal to the website ID parameter. If so, we just return it. And we have a return inside this loop. So after we return the first one match in this case, the loop will stop. The return will stop the loop once it matches this case, right? So that saves us time. We don't have to go through all the list because the ID is unique. If we found it, we just stop right there. And the next one is update website. Update website. For the update website, we're basically doing the same thing as we did in user service. We're first looking for the website with this website ID, and then we're trying to find the index of it. But index will basically mean the position of it in the array. We're using the index of function. So if we're trying to find the index of this one, it will return me 1. Like it's just position in the websites. The index of this one is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just the position of it in the array. So this is the index of function give me. This website, the index of this website will give me the number, which position it is at. Okay? And after I know the position of it, I can basically get it and update its name and its position inside the array. Okay, this is the only thing we will allow the user to update. The user can update the name and the description, but they cannot update the developer ID and the unique ID of the website, right? So we only allow them to update the name and description. This function will be called in website edit.html, right? When they're trying to update the information, we will allow them to update the name and description. And last function is delete website. Remember, we have a button in our website edit page. Like when the user trying to click the delete, we're basically going to run this function. And this function will basically firstly find the website and also find the index of it. And then we just use the predefined JavaScript function website.splice, and it takes 2 parameters. One is the index of it, and then the one after it, the one here, and telling him like how many items I want to remove. Right? I just want to remove 1 item at position index. Okay. So that is basically all we have in this website service. Next thing we want to do is page service. So let's create a new file. New file. Let me save it. It will be called page.service.client.ts. Okay. If I just copy all the code I have in the website, paste it here, and let's delete those functions and arrays, leave it like mostly empty. So don't forget to change this website service into page service. Okay. The class name should change to page service, and we can put our array of pages here, and also create some functions here. All of them can be found on our requirement page. Here we have basically have 3 pages here. Let me copy this. So it will be pages is equal to this. Yep, pages is equal to this list. So here we basically have 3 pages. All of them are from the same website. Website ID is 456, and it have a unique ID, and it has a name, post 1, post 2, and post 3, and have some descriptions there. So basically, it's the same as the website that users are allowed to edit the name and the description, and we will give it a unique ID and a website ID. Website ID will be the website that this page is belong to. Okay, there's one website that will have many pages, and this website ID refers to the website that this page is belongs to. So let's create some functions. Basically, we'll create a page, and find a page by website ID, find a page by ID, update page, and delete page. It's going to be the exact same as we have in the website service. Okay, so let's copy the name of it. You can actually basically copy the function we have in websites, and just change the name of it and change the parameter name, and it should be all same. So create page. This will allow us to create a page inside the website. Like when the user trying to go to the page new and click the submit, and it will allow the user to create this page. So basically, firstly, we need to generate a random ID. So if we just copy this, so it will be page. The ID is equal to master flow times this one. This guy just gave me a random ID. So as I said, this will be our temporary ID. In the future, we will using the database to generate a real unique ID for us. Right now, we're just random giving an ID. They can be duplicated, but it just be less chances. We don't really care about that because in the future we'll replace this. Okay, and right now we are generating a random ID, and then we will say page the website ID. Website ID is equal to the website ID we give it. And then next thing we need to do is just same as the one we did in the website service. We're just trying to push it to the pages array. So it will be pages dot push. Actually, this dot pages will refers to this class. This dot pages dot push. I want to push this page into it, and then we just return this page. Yeah, this will be exactly the same as we have in the websites. And push it like that. And next function will be find page by website ID. So we are looking for all the pages with the given website ID. Copy the parameter name here. Okay, we are looking for all the pages with the website ID. So and the same, the result we are going to return is a list of pages, right? We're trying to return the list of pages that with the same website ID. So we're gonna have a page to store the answer. Result is equal to empty array. It's variable. Oh, actually I can use that. It's the same thing. And we are going to have a loop to check them for let I equals to 0, I smaller than pages dot length, I plus plus. Actually it should be this dot pages dot length. So have a if here, we can check it. So we check if this dot pages actually the ith item inside the pages array, if the website ID is equal to the website ID we give it, then we want to push it to the results dot push push this dot pages and after the for loop, we want to return this result. Yeah, that's what we want. And now we can go to next function. Next function will be find page by page ID. We are looking for a page inside this array with this given page ID. So just use a for loop. Let I equal to 0, I smaller than this dot page dot length, I plus plus. So if this dot page the ID is equal to this page ID, we just return it. Return, yeah, that's it. So if the ID is equal to the page ID, we give it, and then we just return this item, return this page, return the whole object. So next function, update pages, update page. So in this one, it just looking for the page and looking for its index and update the name and description. It's the same thing, okay? So let's firstly try to find it. Okay, so we can just do variable update page. Actually it should be the old page. We're trying to find the old page with this page ID. Is equal to this. We can use this function find page by ID. Looking for this one with this ID, and then we're trying to find the index of it. Index is equal to remember, we can always use let and constant. The constant is basically the same thing as a variable, but the value of it cannot be changed. We won't change the index of it, so we can use constant here, or you can use a variable or use let. It's both of them going to be work, but the constant is just not allowed us to change it.
Question though, if you go and update again later, can you change that constant?
You cannot. Like if you create this index as a constant, you can never change the value of this index. But we are not going to change the index. The only thing we are going to change is this page, right? The index will be the same. It will be always at the same position.
Unless it's a different page. So that's why I'm questioning should you use constant.
If we are trying to update another page, that we will call this function again. It will be completely different. I mean, if you create a constant here, it just cannot allows you to update it within the same function, within the same call, same time in here. So here we're just going to say const index is equal to the pages, the index of this old page, looking for the index of it. After we find the index of it, we can start to update it. So there are two items we want to update. We want to update the name and the description. Of course, the users are not allowed to update the unique ID of it, and they are not allowed to change the website ID of it. So it's basically what we want to update is list of pages, and the index item will change your name into page.name, and we also change your description into page description. Okay, those are this page is when we call this function, we'll give you the current data, the newest data to update our. We will use that to replace our old data there. And the last function will be delete. Let me copy the name and the parameter. Delete page. Well, we can just copy these two lines here. We are looking for the index of it, and after we find the index of it, we can just run the splice. So it will be this the pages, the splice, and takes the index and the 1. Are we going to return anything? No. Yeah, that's it. This just allows you to remove this item. So like if we want to be more professional, we can maybe add some comments on each function. Or you don't have to write it by yourself. Basically, you can just copy this thing here, remove the page from a local parameter, you just put it here. So this allows your maybe teammates, or allows you to remember what we did in this function. Copy the description of it. Okay, and remember, if you want to test your function, for now we are not learning. We haven't learned how to connect this with our pages. So basically, what we can do is create a JavaScript file and create a HTML file connected with it, and basically you can just copy your code into your JavaScript file, into a JavaScript file, and let's remove this service here. And here we have those functions. Let me change this into variable and add functions call to it. But by this, we are changing a TypeScript code into pure JavaScript, and we can now to test those functions. For example, if I want to test this create page, I can just say console. I can just call this function. So I can say create a page for me. Create page, and website ID. I want to create a page with website ID equal to 123. Should be a string. And a page. Let me give it a new object here. This page will have a name is equal to post 4, and description is hello. Yeah, and after I create it, I can just console log this pages array. See what it looks like right now. Let me open this in browser. F12. The array is here. I have 4 items. Say I create a new one with a name equal to post 4, description equal to hello, ID is equal to 5312, website equal to 123. Okay. So they are exactly same, but I mean the same structure. Although the order of those properties are different, but it's still an object, page object. It's still a page object. It's still a page object. So this is how you test these functions they are working. Okay, and remember, like if you want to be more professional, like in the TypeScript function, you can let TypeScript know like what type of each object is. For example, this user ID, it will be a string, right? And I think it's a smallest. I forget. I can test it later. This website pages. What I want to change is the page service here, right? We have the description here, and I will limit to this one has to be a string, and this one has to be a string, and this one has to be a string. This one has to be a string, and this one has to be a string. And those items here, you can make it like any for now. Oops, not string construction, should be just string. Okay. So this one will still work. We just limited the type of the website ID, which has to be a string, and the page can be anything. I forget if I can say object here. I think I can say object. No, I cannot. Just make it any. Alright, so let me upload the video of it, and you can keep working on that on this thing. And yeah, so after you finish the page, you can working on the widget. The widget will have a similar structure and similar functions, and then you can spend some time on your project. Okay, let me upload this to our video class videos.